Have I got an awesome game for you guys today. So, as you can see in the title, I'm playing Vendilion Clique. A couple of you guys asked to see some more Clique videos, so I am providing that. I got a serviceable hand, a little bit slow. I do have miscalculation for some early disruption, cold steel heart for some ramp, pithing needle, which usually I prefer to just have in the deck. I don't like seeing it in my opening hand, but it can be good every now and then. And ingenuity for late game. Of course, late game in Clique is sort of mid range. And I'm playing against BL Rook, playing Stonebrow Crozan Hero, which is a 4/4 for 5 with trample, and whenever a creature you control with trample attacks, it gets +2/+2. Now that counts itself as well, so it attacks as a 6/6, blocks as a 4/4, but I don't think it ever wants to do any blocking. And I'm sure this is the matchup that Stonebrow always wants, because Stonebrow is the uh, aggro style commander, very cool commander, very old gruel commander. You don't usually see Stonebrow anymore, so it's fun to play against it. Centaurs. I'm gonna keep my hand, and I believe he does as well. Yes, he does. All right. So Terramorphic Expanse. I'm just gonna lead with the island. Ship back and Gaia's Herald. So I pick up Remora. I consider playing Remora here, but I really want to get my ramp going, so I'll throw out the Cold Steel Heart. Uh, and I ship the turn back. He has Destructive Revelry to destroy my Cold Steel Heart, deal 2 damage to me, but no land drop. And this is when I think I make a little bit of a blunder. It's probably correct. I decided to deploy Remora here, or sorry, map and Remora. He stumbled on mana, so what I should have done is held on to Miscalculation because it's likely he has a 3-drop ramp spell. I should have done nothing, played a land. If he doesn't play anything, I can click on his end step because I have 3 mana. If he does have something, I can miscalc it because there's no way he can pay for miscalc unless he draws actual mana crypt off the top. So this was a little bit of a blunder here, not waiting on this miscalculation or dissipate. Because if he drew mana crypt off the top, I'm of course going to dissipate it, especially when he stalled on lands, missed land last turn, meaning he would have just top deck crypt. Dissipate turns into Time Walk at that point. And I get rid of crypt. And I'm immediately punished for not doing it by him having Soul Ring. Thankfully, I get a Remora draw off of it, and there's no way he's paying a 4. I'll pick up another land. I'm happy to have that. And into Burnished Heart. So, uh, I'm slightly saved in the sense that his 3-drop ramp spell, if he had drawn a land, was a creature, and I couldn't have miscalculated it. But the fact that he has Soul Ring is just absolutely backbreaking there. Because now his mana is going perfect. Burnished Heart to sack. Uh, that Soul Ring just opened up his entire game for him, and that's the real strength of Soul Ring. He draws it that turn, and he went from 2 mana to 3 mana on that turn, and now he's going to untap with 4, and then go up to 6. So I'm going to pay for the Remora because I can play a land and keep up both Dissipate or Vendilion Clique, or Miscalc if I find an opportunity to use it. He's just going to sack the heart, and I'm going to get my Vendilion Clique down. Sorry, I jumped through his hand there. It was Mage Slayer, Borborygmos, original Borborygmos, Woodfall Primus, Mizium Mortars, and something that I got rid of. Acroma Angel of Fury. Pro Blue Acroma. Just something that I have so few outs to in the deck, I just didn't want him to have. Especially if he can play it down early and morph it back up. Although, I would know that the morph spell's it. So I'm going to pay for the Remora again because I don't have a 4-drop that I want to play. I could have chosen to, and I probably should have let the Remora go here because I would have had 5 mana this turn and be able to Jace his Ingenuity if he didn't play anything worth countering. So I'm going to get him with Clique and Borborygmos. So I would have had Ingenuity this turn if I didn't pay for Remora. So blunder, blunder, and I cycle the miscalculation. He's got so much mana at this point, it's not going to affect the game, and Gaia's Herald's preventing me from affecting any of his creatures. Which is why I thought this game was pretty cool, because he had turned 2 Gaia's Herald against my counterspell deck. So, it was a pretty cool fact that I have to try to play around this the entire game. Just accepting that all of his creatures are going to resolve. So I'm going to cut him off a red mana here, because he hasn't... if I can stop him from playing... What is it? I'm planning to use this on the Mage Slayer I saw. If I can stop him from playing Woodfall Primus by cutting him off of red mana, he's got the green, but I'd rather cut off red because he's shorter on red. So I'm going to cut that here, and just plan to use Jace's Ingenuity, but I picked up Dismiss for this turn as well, if I want to use that. I'm going to get in. That was 6 damage dealt so far. So the clock's starting. Raking Canopy. Whenever a creature with flying attacks you, deals 4 damage to it. I'm going to have to stop that. Thankfully, I have the Dismiss, so I can replace itself. I could have used Dissipate and Expedition map, but I'm not really sure when I want to get with the map yet. So I'm just going to take the draw. Mage Slayer, but he doesn't have enough mana to equip. He will get in for 7 and pump his team by 2 power, though. Seed of the Synod. I'm going to name the Mage Slayer. Get in. That takes him to 9 commander damage. Mizzy Mortars. And I think about this for a while. If you slow it down, you might see my clock jump down about a minute or so. I think about a couple things. I could resolve Jace's Ingenuity by letting Vendilion Clique die. But right now, I'm under such pressure that I think my best bet is to keep Vendilion Clique alive and make sure I attack every single turn. Because if Clique dies, I don't think I get back into this game, especially with Gaia's Herald hanging out. There's no way I can beat Gaia's Herald, I think, if I lose Vendilion Clique and lose my pressure. So I have to decide not to draw 3 cards this turn, and I'm going to Dissipate instead. Thankfully, that does let me use the map this turn if I want to. So, 5 mana, Dramatic Entrance. So, well, can't counter everything. So, Dramatic Entrance is going to resolve, put in his Woodfall Primus for 5 mana instead of 8, and destroy my Needle to get his Mage Slayer back. In for 9 damage, put me to 20, pump his team, and Cephalid. And Borborygmos plus Woodfall Primus is pretty terrifying. If this persists, this will put counters on it and then make it able to persist again. So I go for Cephalid Coliseum here because I got 2 lands in hand. I have nothing going on there. Cephalid Coliseum is basically a draw 3, discard 1 at this point for the cost of 2 mana. But I pick up Tezzeret off the top, and I think for a sec. I could play Island. I'm going to play Tezzeret and activate Tezzeret for 3, get Vedalken Shackles. Now I could Shackles the Primus here. The thing is, if I block Borborygmos with Primus, Primus will persist onto his side of the field, an active player or non-active, and he'll be able to stack his triggers because Borborygmos would still deal damage to me if he sent it at me. Persist Primus back, destroy my Shackles, and put a +1 counter on it, so it would be back to a 6/6 instead of a 5/5, and it would no longer have -1 counter on it, so it would be able to persist again. Also, if I take out Primus, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... If he top decks a land, he'll have Stonebrow plus Mage Slayer. Mage Slayer on top of Borborygmos, because it has Trample. It will attack as a 10... as a 10/11, and automatically deal 10 damage to me. Attack is a 10/11. I have to block, because otherwise I auto die. Gaia's Herald takes out Tezzeret. Stonebrow, and Stonebrow's not coming into the red zone because it was just played. Gaia's Herald probably wouldn't attack. Or, I mean, it could attack, because if Borborygmos goes at me, I'm forced to block it or die. So Gaia's Herald is a free kill on Tezzeret. Vedalken Shackles dies. I'm at... what's my damage count? 9 so far. I'm going up to 12 this turn. So right now, that's not going to be my winning play. So I gotta hope that he plays Stonebrow, or it moves to equip Mage Slayer onto something other than Borborygmos, because I can't take Borborygmos right now. So I'm gonna sit on the Shackles and hope set a stop in the begin combat, hope that he plays Stonebrow, because I need to either take Gaia's Herald or take Stonebrow. I can't take Primus and win this game, in my opinion. So I'm going to get in, take him up to 12 damage, and Stonebrow comes down, which is right. I mean, you're at a single card in hand. Now is when Stonebrow comes down. It's at least a +4 for your team if it goes to combat. Although you know I have Shackles. I don't know if he thought that I had enough islands to take Borborygmos and understood that I was only at 7 and Borborygmos was 8. So, you'll see he plays around this slightly strangely. So I take Stonebrow. He goes in, both coming at me. He doesn't kill Tezzeret, which is absolutely the wrong decision in my opinion. You should always kill Tezzeret. And 8, 15 coming in at me. I mean, you could have thrown Herald at Tezzeret and guaranteed that you deal 15 damage to me. But I don't know. I don't know if this was the correct attack. I think Woodfall Primus should have definitely come at Tezzeret here, because Borborygmos hitting me pumps his team. So Primus should have killed Tezzeret there. I would be at 16 instead of 9, but I wouldn't have a Tezzeret in play, which is more dangerous to him than anything else. And you see he has the land. He didn't play the land and equip Mage Slayer first. If he had played the land and equipped Mage Slayer to Borborygmos, Borborygmos attacks, I take 8, I would be at 1. Gaia's Herald could have attacked me also and won the game. Because if I block Gaia's Herald, I take 7, 8, 15, 8, 21, 23. If he had played the land, it did not matter, and equipped Mage Slayer to Borborygmos, I would have been forced to take Woodfall Primus, and he would have destroyed Vendilion Shackles, or Tezzeret here with the Woodfall Primus's persist ability. And I don't think he realized this at going in. I'm definitely going to untap Shackles, and my deck delivers. Cyclonic Rift off the top. Alright. So Tezzeret, the Shackles up, and you got to get Tezzeret back up to 2 because you guys might know what I'm planning to tutor for. And Cyclonic Rift is going to get me there. The only thing I got to hope for is that after I Rift, he doesn't see that Tezzeret's about to kill him and immediately replay the Primus to kill Tezzeret. He is at 15, so he is 2 attacks away from Clique anyway. Goes to combat. I'm going to overload this Rift. And Gaia's Herald, Sol Ring, Leyline of Life Force. So I know his entire hand at this point. It's Mage Slayer, Borborygmos, and did you pick that up? Mage Slayer, Borborygmos, and Primus. So absolutely no danger. I could use Coliseum here. I'm just gonna minus Tezzeret 2, go get my Enchanter's Pike, and get in with my 7-1, and end the game just like that. And this is really how Clique wants to work. It's always a stressful but fun gameplay because you're trying to eke out every little bit of damage and dodge every little bit of damage that you might be taking. I did have Cephalite Coliseum this turn. I didn't actually check what the draws were. I don't think it works in the replay. Nah. So I didn't actually check what my 3 draws would have been if I used Coliseum. But this was actually a very fun gameplay. I suppose he played Leyline of Life Force in addition to Herald just because, but I don't know how you can avoid playing Woodfall Primus and destroying my Shackles or destroying my Tezzeret at that point. So, really fun gameplay. I definitely enjoyed it, and it was fun playing against somebody who doesn't concede just because I'm playing the counterspell deck. That said, Gaia's Herald is a pretty good counter to the counterspell deck. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. I'll see you all on the next one. If you have any requests or comments about misplays that I make, I'm sure I made a couple that I didn't catch, besides the not sitting on the miscalculation and paying the second upkeep on the Remora instead of using Ingenuity. So, other than that, this was a very fun game. Let me know in the comments down below what I missed, and I will see you all in the next one.